Welcome one and all to this 29th episode of D&D with me, Mike.
Me, Zoe.
And today we are going to work on optimizing our graphics further. We got this problem that stuff takes a little while to load. That's because it needs to instantiate everything. We can't really do much about that, at least not as things stand at the moment. But what we can do is we can drastically reduce the amount of vertices we are drawing, right? We're still drawing 1 million vertices, 600,000 triangles. We can reduce that dramatically. Okay, so let's begin doing that. The first one is going to be, say, our
Grass.
our dirt or our grass, yeah. Either works. So to do that, we're gonna have to go to environment here and open it. Hit tab for me. So we go to object mode. One of these is going to be dirt and one of these, this is dirt. This is grass. Okay, now hit tab again. And now we are going to select the top face only.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to we're going to expand here and change this menu to where's the UV? There you go. And hit U to unwrap. And we're gonna do project from view bounds. So now it unwraps all the way here. And now these sides are going to have a bit of a problem because they need to be projected to somehow, but we're gonna need to decide how the grass looks like. It may not even be a problem, but at this point, I say, let's do it. So we're going to hit U again, project from view bounds, U, project from view bounds, U, project from view bounds, U, project from view bounds. There. Oh, I think I got the rear one. Yeah. Hit control, hold control. Okay, now you project from view bounds. Release control. Okay, now let's see. That one has a face, that one has a face, that one has a face, that one has a face. All of them have a face here. So hit control S to save. That's it. So for now we're actually only going to keep the grass. We're not even going to work on the dirt because they're identical. So because of that reason, we don't need to do all of this work. We can just utilize them for both. So that's done. Now what we need is a texture. So let's open the map.
And make one?
Yeah, but we're gonna do it a bit differently. You're gonna immediately Control Shift S to save as.
Right now?
Yeah, Control Shift S. And we're gonna create this one with map pieces, whatever. That's how you spell pieces, isn't it? Yes.
Oh, whoops, I forgot to delete.
There you go. Okay, now you go image, scale image, and we're gonna go down to 32 by 32.
So making it really small again?
Yeah. So all of this is now obviously wrong. But we can keep exactly the same layers here because it's going to work, it will be fine. So C, we'll worry about that later. For now we're working on the grass, we said, right? So for the grass we had a certain green. Let's say this green or whatever. Plop. There's the grass. And then we're gonna lower this to 1, right? And change to another green.
Darker.
Yeah, and what did you want to do? Just sort of random details like that?
That was for the dirt.
So for the grass, you just want that precise 1 yes, 1 no?
Yeah, that was
okay,
what
so
I had.
Hit Control Z. More, stop. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And now Control C. Control V, Control V, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Done. Control Shift E to export. And we're gonna export this to, let's create a new folder, which we're gonna call map pieces. IECES. Yeah. Hit enter. Yeah. And in here we're gonna call it map pieces. No, this is gonna be called grass. Hit enter. Export. Okay. So now we got this. And all we need to do is just make a small modification to our material, okay? And we're gonna do the simple way first, and then we're gonna do a slightly cooler way using a software that I've got on Steam.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, now that I think about that, yeah, maybe we'll do that next time. I don't know. So yeah, because we can't do that. Our tutorials are supposed to be for everyone, not using
for
software
paid stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We're not using any paid software. So let's go to the map, entities, oops, my bad, world, grass. Okay, so the grass has a model, the model has a material, this material has a color, but we can now choose the grass. Okay, now you'll notice one thing immediately, it's sort of smooth in it.
Yeah.
That's because of our settings for the texture.
Okay.
So if you go to the grass, you need to leave repeat, that's important, but use no compression. It's a very small texture, so it doesn't matter. And don't filter it. And now you get the perfect sort of pattern you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And that should already work immediately. So as soon as you press play, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's your grass. Right. Now there is one thing. This material is kinda wrong for being green over top of green. We should just leave it white, because white multiplying anything makes white.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Now it looks a bit better.
It's still flashing because of how sort of close those pieces are. So one thing we should probably consider is
Leaving 2 spaces instead of 1.
More or less. Okay, wait a second. There. Let's just do this for now. So we're gonna grab the other shade of green, then use this. Oh, this looks like a different one in the first place.
Yeah.
Whatever, it looks more grassy. Okay.
Yeah, a bit
Now,
bigger.
copy. Pasta. Pasta. One moment, you're going too fast. Okay. No, undo. Wrong key. Paste.
I did pasta.
Paste now. Paste. Paste. Save. And Control E to export. It's gonna immediately go to grass.
Because it's the only one.
And that's how it looks like now. And yeah, okay.
That's better.
So, I don't know about that. It's
Except
still
it's still
kind
flashing.
of flashing, you know. We may select subtler colors between them. I don't know. But as you can see, this is a very cheap little trick to obtain a very similar result to before, but dramatically reduce the geometry.
Yeah, and now we need to do dirt.
Yes, so to do dirt, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to World, open dirt, and change its model to grass. So instead of dirt, we're gonna use grass. That's because grass is already unwrapped, right? So what we need to do now is we need to create a dirt texture.
Now the dirt was the one with the
So it was some kind of generic brown to start from.
splatter and the whole thing.
And yes, just plop.
Done.
And then you had various different shades.
Yeah, I had a lighter, I had a yellow, I think, a tan and a dark brown, I think.
Okay, so let's begin with yellow. Yeah.
Now let's use the dark brown.
You also had a reddish one, didn't you?
Think so. Over there is not much.
Literally proceeding randomly here.
Mm.
It would be much more intelligent to do these on separate layers, right?
Yeah.
But whatever. We're proceeding fairly quickly here. And this is this simplistic sort of pixel art. So, do you want to add one more tone?
I think it's grand enough. I think we should keep it like this.
Okay, so Control S to save, Control Shift D to export. And instead of grass, we're gonna call it dirt. Export. Alright, so we got dirt now. Let's immediately go to the dirt thingy, change the albedo to white, and then change this to dirt. Now the dirt's gonna look all, again,
Blurry.
blurry and dodgy. And that's because of the settings of the texture. So map pieces, dirt, change this to no filter, and change this to no compression. There you go.
Nice dirt.
And there's your dirt. Now I think your dirt looks
Not like dirt. Not like dirt.
yeah, it's a different color.
I think we
so
need
let's
to
not-
make the initial color not that color.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, we just play with brightness and contrast, so let's decrease the brightness and increase the contrast a bit.
That looks better.
Control S, Control E. Yeah, I think this looks
That looks more dirty.
dirt E. Alright, now time for the walls. Now the problem with the walls is the walls have a fairly complex geometry, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy fix, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a similar one to this. Well, something similar to this, you'll see. So let's go to object mode. There's the wall. First thing I wanna do, hit tab. Hit Z for me. Okay, so we want to save this. So hit, no, we're gonna do it differently. Hit A to unselect all. And now hit Alt, hold Alt, and press this button over here, print screen. Yeah, release.
Oh, that's how you make that little picture.
Yeah,
right?
now paste it. Okay, now we need to see where this picture is at. There. Okay, and we need to make it a lot smaller. Alright, so this is gonna be a pain. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do new. Doesn't matter. Now paste it. Image auto crop.
Then make it big.
Paste again. Alright, so there it is.
Oh.
That's not what I meant to do, but whatever. Wait. Now, image crop to selection. What have we got? How big is this picture? Scale image. Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty good.
Saw something
Now
dodgy.
what we're gonna
Wait,
say.
what's that?
What do you mean? It doesn't matter. This is just reference. So now let's go down to 64 by 64. Let's see what we get. Okay. And now let's try to go to 32. Now this may lose. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So copy this and paste
Go
it.
to walls.
Paste it.
Not too bad.
Yeah, so now all we need to do is we need to basically replace these colors with
Yeah.
whatever it makes sense. So
We had a light brown, and then for the bricks, a darker brown.
and vice versa. So we
Oh.
had a color like this. Whoops, undo. Hold shift or yeah, undo.
Yeah, I've got shift.
There, hold shift. Hold it. Keep holding it. Okay, we can release. So we're supposed to have one. Ooh, undo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna have a problem. This one can't be our top texture. It can be our side texture, but not our top texture. So that means we're gonna have to do something about that.
Mm.
Not a problem. Easy.
I think you made that one.
Okay, so
Forget
what
it.
we're gonna do now is we're gonna select this. Now we're gonna go select invert selection, and now we're gonna delete. So now it's all empty, this wall. And what we're instead going to do is we're gonna grab that sort of dark, brighter color for the bricks. It was something to this effect. I'm not sure. It doesn't particularly matter if we get it wrong because we can fix it right after. Okay, so some bricks are fatter, some bricks are thinner. That's a bit of a problem. It's also okay. It could be charming, you know. I'm not too fussed. Does it bother you?
Nope.
Okay.
But I did think that those bricks were darker.
Possible. We
It's
can
not the
just
wall.
go to
But I could also be wrong.
world.
At least the main thing was darker.
That's wall. There you go. So for
Yeah,
the wall,
you're right, but the
let's see here
framework.
what color we had. So let's change this to 255. So 168, 92, 31.
168,
168,
92,
32, I think, and
91.
something like that.
That's pink.
So it can't be
I think we reversed.
31. I think your memory is terrible. 92, 31. Yeah, but you're right. My memory is terrible. 31. Poor daddy. He's aging. Except, I don't know. Did I choose it? Yes, I did choose it in the right place. Oh. Okay, so that's one.
And now we need the
And now
bricks.
we need the bricks. Bricks. And all of these materials are going to be able to go. So 238, 181, 136.
238,
238,
181, and then I don't remember.
136, I think. I may be wrong. Maybe 126. I don't remember.
You are right.
136.
This time your memory is good.
Yay, winning. Doesn't look anything like what I expected, but whatever. It's fine. We can also play with other colors, you know, we don't have to stick to these, it doesn't particularly matter. At this point I would also like to have some details on the bricks. Let's add a new layer.
Maybe we can cut some. No, we don't need
add
to
a
do
bit
cutting.
more, you know, something silly like this. Just a bit of shade. Okay. Copy. Pasta. 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 There. Save.
Our pasta is there.
And Control Shift E. And you need to call this wall side.
Yeah.
Export. Now for the top, we're gonna leave one single. So we're gonna use the same colors. Wait. Let's just merge this down for now. And new layer. There we go. So we got a new layer. And this is gonna be for the walls at the top. So we're gonna use the color picker to grab all of these and immediately color all of it in. Then we're gonna use the let me lower the opacity so I can see what I'm doing. Now let's grab this color, and we're gonna grab this and hold the shift. Oh, undo, I'm on the wrong layer. It was something like this, if I recall correctly. And then it would be, oh boy, something like this. But I don't remember how far. This looks too short. The top, correct? Is it correct or not? I can't tell. Probably this is more correct.
And then we had one square in the middle.
Yep. I remember. Okay, I think that's correct. Something like that. I think. Right, maybe we want 2 spaces here. Whoops, undo. Undo again. Oh boy. I don't remember what this color is. Okay. Doing everything with the mouse. Normally I would use shortcuts to be quicker. But it's always in front of the keyboard.
Do I type anything then?
No, you're fine. I don't even remember what some of the shortcuts are. It'd just be easier, you know. Click. So we're doing just double spacing here. And then we're gonna add that sort of shadow sort of thing. But we're gonna have to do it on every side this time, because we don't know if it's gonna be up, down, or whatever, you know. So hide this, go here, grab this color, go back here, show, and off we go. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Now the other.
Whoop, 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 whoop. There you go. It's Control S, Control Shift D. Well, no. And enter. Export. Okay. So now this entire mesh can go. So hit Tab. Delete. And our dirt also
Can go.
delete. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate our grass. So hit Shift D, escape. Just, did you hit escape?
Not.
Okay, M1. Now it's in the first layer. Okay, and now you're gonna say Tab, Z, A, B. Okay, and this one, instead of being at this Z, needs to be at a Z of 1. Right there. And that should help. Now, one thing we're also going to do, let's check this one down here. Hold Alt, release, -1, that's correct. I'm surprised by the X. The X seems wrong. Hold Alt again. No, B. See, the X is wrong. The Y is also wrong. That's strange. Yeah, it's not straight. Huh.
Now it is? Oh no, it's
Hit A to unselect. B to box select. S, Y, 0.
Oh, I pressed O.
Hit press 0. A, B, S, Y, 0. Oh, Jesus Christ. B. Stop pressing random keys. I don't know what they're doing. S, Y, 0.
S, I, 0.
Thanks. Because if you press other keys, I don't know what happens. So this one should be a 0.5 A, B. This one should be a negative 0.5 A, B. Okay, A, B. Okay, A. Alright, so this should be correct. Now do a loop cut here in the middle. Control R. Escape. A. Okay, now we're gonna do face selections one by one. So let's press Z again. Okay, now I want you to unwrap, so U, and projection view bounds. U. 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 Okay, and now this one also, U, projection view bounds. Now this one needs to have a different material. Right? So the top needs to be a different material because it's going to use a different texture. At the moment, they occupy exactly the same UV map space. Hey, Big Mac. The same UV map space. So it's important that we use either different materials or we would need to dedicate different space. You see this square over here? This indicates how much square space in total you have for a texture. Okay? So for example, if you do a complicated character, when you unwrap him, you put various parts, all sort of in a origami sort of kind of fashion, all like that, you know?
Like you put a leg here and an arm there.
That's right. You would put various parts on this space, right? Our goal is to have the wall sort of texture to go all around the wall, right? And then on the top, we want a different texture, but I still want to give it the entire space. So we're going to use a different material. Simple as that. Okay, rename this one to wall. Do it. Yeah, wait. Blender has this old bug. Wall again. It may redo exactly the same. No. Okay, save. Okay, so that should be sufficient. Now you'll see this will change drastically. There, see that? And one material went right to the top, the material called bricks, and one material right to the bottom. So first of all, let's just change this to white. And did we already extract the wall top? We did. So this one goes wall top. All right, that's working good. Right, and now this one, also white, and we're gonna give it wall side. Okay, so as you can see, our texture does not look great. Yeah. We're gonna fix it soon, and you'll see it suddenly will look very good by comparison to this anyway.
Let's put the...
So the problem is, so look, it's seamless when you go around like this, right? So that's looking good horizontally, but vertically here,
it doesn't.
Yeah, we got a problem. So it's very easy. All we need to do is we need to have a brick that ends here and then one line of separation. All right, so we're gonna figure that out in a second. First, let's go to our textures. Wall top, none, point no filter, and wall side, point no filter, none. Boom. And now suddenly it looks a little bit nicer. Okay, so there's no depth here, which is not great, but that's something we can discuss next time, like I said. Or because it involves using other software. I don't know of any free software that's capable of constructing normal maps in a way that I'd be satisfied with them. Alright, so let's hide this and back to our walls here. So this one is actually not going to be that difficult to fix. I want you to copy, Control C, Control V. Okay, now Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. Okay, now I want you to Control C, Control V. So we got a problem here. We're gonna need some degree of
math.
No, the problem is 32. So it depends on whatever you have, you're certainly not gonna get with an uneven number down here or something. I mean, maybe there is one single multiplier that would work. I don't know which one it would be. I'm not willing to do the calculation here. What we can do instead is we can just displace one of these, so like a couple of these, so it would look okay. So for example, let's take these ones and do Control C, Control V. Right, and then let's take this one and do Control C, Control V. There. So this row is taller, then you got 2 small ones, then a taller one, then 2 small ones,
Yeah.
and then a taller one. Okay, so save. Control Shift E to export. And we're gonna export the wall side.
Wall
The-
top is okay because there's only one.
And now it looks substantially better.
Yep.
Okay, good. Now another thing that the wall needs to change, whoops, I think I moved this, is the collider. We
Oh,
had a
yeah.
problem with the collider, remember? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna now,
We gotta make it taller.
right, we're gonna
Because you
change
can
the
throw
position.
bombs over it.
Well, that isn't really the biggest problem. The biggest problem right now is you can swim under it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2, there you go, that's pretty good. I'm not too fast about throwing bombs over it. Maybe that's even a mechanic, who knows. Okay, so there you go. Now let's take a look.
Mhm.
Okay,
Looking good.
it looks to me like the walls are slightly too detailed. Like there's too many bricks. I wonder if reducing the amount of bricks may make it look a little bit better. Let's see.
Maybe. Let's try to swim under it now.
So, still crossing still takes ages to load. I think the biggest culprit is the sea. Right, so anyway, let's see if we can improve this wall by reducing... I'm not sure. Okay, copy paste. Copy paste. Copy paste. And now copy paste. And copy paste. Export. Yeah, I can see these details a bit better up here.
Yeah.
On the sides it wasn't a problem, especially when the camera is very panned. Well, the sort of your perspective is. So you can see we got a small problem here with dirt issues. Now, I think the reason why that is that geometry issue that we had found. So hit tab here. Let's go to grass. Hit tab again. And now what we're gonna do is, let's see here. Yeah, you see, we got some problems.
Mhm.
So this one first was supposed to be a 0. This one's supposed to be a negative 0.5. Let me go edge selection here. 0, 0,
5.
0.5. Okay, apparently I forgot to 0 this one. Okay, that's correct. Now the bottom one isn't. Negative 0. Oops. Negative 0.5. 0. 0.5. 0. So somehow we made a mistake. I'm still not sure that it's actually looking correct. Hit. Give me a second here. I just wanna have some room to operate here. Okay, Z. All I'm gonna do is I'm just going to quickly 0 all of these. And I'm just gonna be way faster if I do it myself. Okay, now let's quickly check vertex by vertex. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, now it's good. Let's take a look. Those seams are still there. Yeah, you can still see them. Huh. That's strange. I don't see it on the grass, but I definitely see it on the dirt, and I'm not sure why. It shouldn't be the case. Let's go take a look near our player here. See if there's... Oh, hello. There are no seams now. Oh, yes, there.
They look like some are above and below attached.
It looks like they're not right. Like parts are missing, like they are too short or too long or something. Let's drag this guy up real quick. Whoops.
Not the collider.
Wait. Oh no, it's not gonna work because the the mesh is being sort of grouped. There, it's fixed now. That's why it wasn't going to work on the fly, because we're grouping the mesh. Okay, now it looks seamless. I'm happy with that. I see a weird line down here that goes away. Let's see. Yeah, it's up there. Let's see if it's up there too. No, I don't see it. There's one line there at the bottom that appears when we're too far up. We're in the middle of our show, so when we tape our show, we don't usually talk to chat very much, because this goes on YouTube as well. But we'll talk about it later. Okay, so this is working fine. Now I'm still not happy with the performance. The problem is the water. So for the water, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same concept. We're going to do a sort of wave system.
Yeah.
Right? And what we're going to do, we're actually going to animate it, which is going to make it look a lot cooler.
It's going to actually move?
Yeah. Alright, so the sea. Let's go grab the colors, which doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, we'll do it later. So let's grab some kind of blue. It's kind of this blue. You know, I don't want blue that is this loud. Yeah, this is much better. Now let's grab another blue, slightly lighter. And what we're gonna need is this, 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 and this. Something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. But you should add one there, maybe?
I don't know. It doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, probably if it looks less perfect, it's better.
Looks more real.
Okay, so here's a wave. Well, an initial wave anyway. Again, would be better practice to do it on separate layers and then unite them, etc. So here, I think that's what we want. Probably undo this last one. Thanks. All right, here we go. And this one is that a bit further. And blop.
Now the last one.
No, yeah. Well, now we have the luxury. It's just the texture. We could do as many as we want. Undo. Thanks. Up and whoop, 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 and whoop. Sure, let's stop here for now. Okay, now maybe we could give it just a touch of a crest. That's probably good. What, undo this? Thanks. There. Okay.
Nice.
How's it gonna look like from afar? I think that's pretty good. Okay, so Control-Shift-E. And this is going to be exported as C.
This is too far.
Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to change the geometry for the sea. Fairly
to
easy.
splat it.
Here's all we're gonna do. We're gonna go face selection, and we're gonna select this face and go delete and vertices. This face, delete vertices. This face, delete vertices. This
Now
face, we're keeping. Okay, I'm surprised that we didn't actually lose these edges. So we're gonna have to go to Alt, delete vertices, Alt, delete vertices, delete vertices. It looks like we had left all of that junk there, so I guess we didn't really do this properly before. Let's quickly check that the vertices are in the right place. The answer is no. We've got small little float approximation errors, it looks like. That's okay, we'll fix them. The rest though are correct, which is good. So now go A, U, Control S. Okay, so that's our C. Now the C is going to look mighty different. Let's quickly change the texture, fix it.
And now
Alright, so the
assign
texture
it to the C.
That's right. So we're going to C, and you'll see it looks like this now.
Because we don't have the thing on it.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is first of all changing this to 1, and then we're gonna remove all of these materials, etc. So there's plenty to do. So this one's gonna go white, and then we're gonna change it and see. There it is.
Hmm?
Okay. So let's see how it looks like for now. That's not bad. I think it looks quite good actually. Let's see if this loads a bit faster. No. I mean barely, but not really. Yeah. It still takes too long to load for my taste.
Mhm.
It's not too bad though.
Could it be the player himself?
No.
There's
So
only one of him?
There's only one, and he doesn't actually get destroyed. The problem is still going to be our geometry. We have loads of it, so it all needs to be instantiated, and then it needs to be grouped. When you group it, that's what happens. I mean, we could probably technically not group it. Let's go take a look. So,
But wouldn't it get even longer if we did that?
no. So you would get more draw calls. I think actually. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But you wouldn't get an extra overhead process, and because our map is so small now, it may not make sense. So let's just go here and quickly comment this out, save, and let's test it. Let's see.
Wow.
It's a bit faster. It's not great, but it is better.
But now the batches are 2,000 again.
Yeah, almost 3,000 batches. So you're killing some players. We're losing them. And
Right.
people with old computers, this is gonna run terribly on their machines. Okay, that sounds good. Saved by batching 0. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Where's the tries?
I'm actually a bit weirded out by that. Why would you not batch these? That weirds me out. These should be dynamically batched because they are the same largely. So let's live with this for now, and then we'll make decisions later. I want to see how it looks like to swim in the sea with the new sea. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So one change we're gonna make right now is how the sea behaves, and you'll see it's gonna look like way better.
And you'll see.
You'll see. So we're gonna just make a tiny little script we're gonna call C.
And then we're gonna make it animate.
Yes. So create C# script and call it C. Yeah, hit enter. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it, and we're gonna delete all of this. Save. Oh, actually, never you mind. We're gonna remove the C script. No, we're gonna keep it, but it's going to be a child script of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, add component C. Right, and then there's another thing that we need to do, by the way. We need to immediately start working with those materials, because we have seas of materials
That we don't
that we
need
had before,
anymore.
and we don't need them. So leaves, petals, these still exist, but for the world, say bottom dirt, nope,
Bricks.
bricks, we keep, but we're not gonna call it bricks. Call it wall top. Hit enter. Okay, dirt. That's the correct one. Gold, we're leaving it. Granite, we're leaving that. Grass, we're leaving that. Grass blades, goodbye. Metal, leaving that. Ruby, leaving that. C0, leaving that. C1, deleting. Call this one C, enter. Top dirt, goodbye. Wall, wall side. Okay, so that's quite a bit more cleanup we've done. Right, so now we got the C thing, which is on the world, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the map script to request the C, to find the C and do things, because I don't want to turn it into a singleton. It just doesn't justify it.
Yeah, it's too small.
So what you want to do is right here, go private C, C. Semicolon. Yeah. And right in awake, go C equals get component C.
Oh.
Almost correct. Perfect. Okay, good work. Now we're finding the C, and we are going to then tell it when we set up the map to do something with the C. So just here type C dot setup. Open and close round semicolon.
We don't have that.
Or
so
just start C. Start C. Save. Copy.
and stick it.
Where is our C? That's odd. Did I close it? That's weird. Okay. Public void. Paste. Open close round. Now let's make a void called stop C.
Oh, so you're making CAR-T?
Yep.
Well then,
I know. We're gonna do everything. Here you can do an I enumerator C routine. Nope,
what's the difference?
not sure. C routine. Save. Okay, so while true. Remember that's an infinite loop, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And so we're gonna set a few settings. Here you go, serialize field. Yeah.
Think of your caps lock.
Okay, close the square bracket. Private float. Next frame wait time. And go equals 0.4 f. Yeah. Okay. So.
Then we need to make the coroutine.
Yeah, but there's still more that we need to do. I'm thinking because we're gonna have to displace the. So one thing we need is the material. So go serialize field private material C material. That we definitely need. Now it's a 32 by 32, is it not? The texture. I think so. It's a 32 by 32. Yeah, okay. Yeah, make it equals default, because otherwise it cries. Yeah, put a space here, because otherwise I cry. Save. Okay, so we got the C material, we got the amount of time we need to wait to move, and we're gonna need a certain coefficient, like by how much do we move it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the texture is essentially measured in percentage. So we need a percentage of 32 that's gonna be 1/32. So remember proportions. X over 100 equals 1/32. Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna do exactly that. So here you're gonna type private float displacement coefficient. Close. That's an I.
I think so.
This is one word only. Saved. Coefficient is sort of like another name for value. I don't know why I picked. Yeah, let's just type the word value. Simple. Okay, displacement value, that's good. Okay, so first of all, call stop C here. We forgot the coroutine. I love it. You've mentioned it for a while. You said, we need to do the coroutine. I said, sure, we'll do it.
Forget.
And then I forgot. Private coroutine core C.
I almost spelled it wrong.
Semicolon. Alright, now copy. If it's not null, you should know the drill.
Oops.
There, you do the typing. I'm lazy. Stop coroutine. That's right. And then you want to start the coroutine. So core. Forgot something. Perfect. Okay, so as long as it's true, at the end of this, you're gonna yield return new wait for seconds real time. Real time. Open around, and you're gonna feed it this. Close. Okay, so that's at the end. Well, actually, no, it's gonna be at the start. First we wait, and then we sort out the material. So copy this, paste it here, and you're gonna say dot set offset. Try offset, I'm not sure. Set texture offset, that's the one. Open round. So the vector2 value, the name ID is the main texture. I think it's called main text, I think. And then here is vector2 dot up. Times the displacement value. Semicolon. Now one thing we're missing is calculating the displacement value. So here you're gonna paste it, displacement value. Wait a moment, missing a round bracket here. Displacement value equals, we said x, this would be x, right? So x over 100 equals 1 over 32.
You said.
Yes. So you say 1f divided by
100.
No, 32.
Yeah.
32f multiplied by 100. Well, that would be the case, but a percentage is actually 1. So we don't need to do that.
Multiplied by nothing, because something multiplied by 1
the displacement value is just 1 divided by 32. Now, bear in mind this implies that we already know by default that... wait, we made a mistake here. We would need the current value. So this is going to have to be calculated. So here type plus equals. Just add a plus. And now cut this, or rather copy this. Put it right here. And this one, give it a 0. Whoops. F. Save. So we start at 0, and then every however long time we decide, we move the C up by 1 pixel, right? And then we repeat the step.
Yeah.
So start C, use map, that should all work.
Awesome. To call it.
It's all done. It's already called. At least I think we called.
Yeah, we called start C.
Yeah. All it needs is the material. So we're gonna go to the C material. There it is. And waits for 0.4. Let's see if that's a good time. May feel like a good time. Okay. So it is moving, but it's moving the wrong direction.
And it's moving very slowly.
So you feel that's too slow?
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, then at that point, one thing we need to do to make it go up is we need just change this to down. Okay. And now what we're gonna do here is just change this value to reduce it to say 0.1.
That's better.
Yeah, so I kind of deliberately wanted it to go a little bit more jerky because this game is supposed to look a bit jerky, but I don't think it looks very good. So let's change this to the actual fixed update time. Now this feels good in terms of how fluid it is, but it's too fast, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It is a bit fast.
Like that looks like it's, you know.
That looks like a current that's gonna wash him over there.
Right. It's going too fast, right? We want the sea to be substantially more chill, okay? So let's modify the way this works. So instead of us having this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a lerp system. And let me think. Just a simple lerp is probably going to work, frankly. So let's remove the next wait time. And let's remove the displacement value. Well, leave it there, but rename it with actually no, change it to a vector 2 and go displacement duration.
Wait, I'm gonna do a controller.
It's not gonna work. You've changed the type. Displacement duration equals new vector 2. Open around. And so let's say 1f comma 0.2f comma 1f for now. Vice versa. 1f. Close the round bracket. Save. 2 semicolons. Just for good measure. Okay, so that's it. And now what we're also going to do, should we have a curve? No. Let's make this movement linear. I mean, we could make it sort of moving little waves or whatever and be really subtle. But basically now we're going to lerp. So that's going to be very different. So here you can create a float passing time. Passing time. You don't even need to tell it it's 0. Just passing time. Okay, now cut this here. And rename this one to wait for fixed update.
Okay.
There it is. And here you want to open close rounds. And here you want to say, let me think for a moment. Create another while inside this while. And you go passing time lower or equal to 1. Careful. Lower or equal to 1. F. Close round. Open a squiggle. So it's not happy with. Okay, give it a default value of 0. Actually, no. Undo. Copy. Paste equals 0. So it equals 0 every beginning of the main cycle. Semicolon. Then inside the main cycle, there's another cycle. Inside this cycle, what it's going to do is the actual animation.
Okay.
So cut this, put it here, delete this, and copy passing time, and paste it here, save. And here you're gonna say passing time plus equals time dot fixed delta time, there it is, divided by, yeah, duration, whatever.
Duration.
Displacement duration. So we got a problem because displacement duration has been made as a vector 2. Yeah. So that's not really going to work. Even if we give it one value, because my goal was to displace on the x as well. But I think I've changed my mind. So just call this one a float. Again. Give it a value of 0.2 and like that. Save. And close the round bracket, semicolon rather. Yeah, save. And now set materials again. Cut this. Paste it here. There. Save. So now it incrementally changes depending on whatever speed you've chosen, how long it takes for it to get all the way to the end of its own cycle. and then it begins again.
Okay.
That's how it should work. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's test it.
That's very fast.
Well, because we told it that the duration is 0.2 because we're stupid. I forgot to make it serialized. Copy, paste, and give it a value of like 3. Save. It's a duration, not a speed. That's the difference. Now, it may still keep the previous value, as I thought. There we go. It's kind of annoying that it's in the world. Still feels choppy to me. Yeah, see, but I would like it to move horizontally as well. How do we solve this conundrum? We could have 2 simultaneous coroutines, one for the horizontal movement, one for the vertical movement. And
pretty much copying.
I think that will be probably the fastest. So hit Control R twice. Call this one X. Hit enter. Now make an array here and save. Just as simple as that. Here you go. Actually undo. Here. Here. I want you to do it right here. Equals new coroutine. And there's 2 of them. Square bracket 2. Close. Semicolon.
Double.
Save. Now this one again needs to return to be in a vector 2 again. Should you like this? Vector 2. Yeah. New vector 2. Open a round bracket. So for the X, give it say 7 seconds. 7F. Comma. For the Y, give it 4 seconds. 4F. Semicolon. Close semicolon. Yeah. Okay. Save. So stop C. We need to do it for both. So here you go. 4. Tab tab. Copy this. Paste it. Dot length. Yeah. Cut this. Put it here. Square bracket I. Square bracket I. Yeah. Save. 4. Tab tab. And copy this. Yeah. Cut this. Paste. Oh, now that I think about it, that won't work. It will, but in a different way. Hit Control R twice and rename it back to C routine. I, square bracket I. And here, request a bool X. Save. And here you're gonna say I equals 0. What does this mean? No, it's an int. So if I is presently 0, then it's true. If I is any other value than 0, then it's false. So we're gonna use true for it's an X, so process the X.
And anything else, it's a Y.
That's right. So fix delta time, displacement rotation. Okay, so let's do the tertiary operator, or however it's called. So here you go, X question mark.
So this is the if.
Yeah, that's a sort of condensed if. Yeah. Let's also open a round bracket here and close it right here. So, and remove that thingy so we can do. So if X is true, that's what this means. Then we want to do it by displacement duration dot X. Otherwise, colon, paste it again, dot Y. And now semicolon. Save. Okay, so that's one part done. Now it's the vector 2 down. All right, that's good, but not exactly. So open a round bracket, X question mark, colon. My bad, actually. Immediately say vector 2 or 2 dot right colon, close the round bracket, put a semicolon, save. So if it's x, we're going to use the duration of x. Otherwise, we're going to use the direction of y. If it's x, we're going to move to the right. Otherwise, we're going to move down. So we're now going to make the waves travel sideways as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Bypassing time. It's all linear, which may or may not be great. We can change that later if we want to. Okay, here's the durations. Everything should already immediately work.
Okay.
Let's just quickly check that the settings are correct. Yep, looks good. All right.
7 and 4.
Let's see now.
I don't see the horizontal movement.
Yeah, neither do I. I suspect. Yeah, no, I'm confused. Oh, they're overwriting each other. Oh, poodles. Okay, so yeah, the problem is one is overwriting the other.
So it wants to go up, but then it wants to go down, and then.
Let me think. Okay, so one thing we can do is instead of using past and time, we can use all of this again. So copy all of this, create a float here, displacement, yeah, you missed a space, displacement, space equals paste, semicolon. Now copy displacement, paste it here and here.
I press copy.
Undo. And you're breaking everything. I have no idea what you're doing. Copy. Paste. It's a very difficult life you lead. Semicolon. Paste. Save. Okay, now what we need to do here is instead of set texture offset, we need to grab the current texture offset and then add that. So here you're gonna say copy all of this, paste, get texture offset.
Yeah.
There. Plus equals. Or just plus, rather. What do you not like? Oh. Main text. Close the board. Close the round. Close the round. Save. So you're getting the current texture offset and then you're moving it by whatever displacement. Let's see. So now it should actually work.
I think.
No, I don't think it is moving on the X. Well, I mean, there's a fairly easy way to test. Yeah, it's not moving on the X at all. Jeebus. Jeebus Louibus. So both of these coroutines should have started. I see no problems with that. Both of them has been stopped. I see no problem with that. Blah, blah, blah. One of them is true, one of them is false, etc. What is the issue? I mean, I know exactly what the problem is. You know, I think a coroutine may be a bad idea for this. Let's make a radical change. We're going to change the entire structure here. We're going to try to be quick about it. Change this to speed. And call this one, say 0.1 f. Whoops, that's too many. And 0.5 f. It doesn't matter. We're going to worry about it later. So start C. That's the only thing we'll keep. actually undo this a couple times. We can keep some of those statements and just move them. Yeah. Okay, here you do a void fixed update. There it is. Not unneeded. Private bool setup. Setup equals true. Okay, now cut this, paste it here. Now wait for a moment. So what we need to do now is we need to get this assignment of this vector2 on the fly. So here create vector2, yeah, displacement equals, cut this, so we're getting the current offset, no, plus time dot delta time, fixed delta time, yeah, fixed delta time, multiplied by, I forgot something actually, this is gonna have to be a vector2, so go new vector2, open round, and you go 1f, comma, not 1f, rather, this, just copy displacement speed, paste it, yeah, times fixed delta time, there you go, semicolon, that'll do, and copy displacement, and paste it right here, save, that should be quite a bit simpler. Save. Now what's the difference here? What it's doing is it's calculating whatever value it needs to have on both axes simultaneously and then immediately applying it. Okay. So it's taking whatever value it's got now for both of the offsets, then adding the displacement, which gets multiplied by the fixed delta time, which means it's going to be time scaled correctly. That's really it.
Okay.
And that's how fast it goes. So this one will take 10 seconds to complete, and this one will take 2 seconds to complete. That should be it. Okay, let's give this a and here just do me a favor, go if setup. We forgot that. We got that. Open a squiggle and close it. Save. There. This is actually going to also randomize the beginning, or it will feel random. Okay.
It's going down.
Yeah, that's normal. But is it moving sideways? Yes, it is. Okay. And it's also moving left.
By a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's a very easy solution. Done. Save. And now it's going to go up
and right.
And right.
And you keep on getting.
There you go. So our C is moving happily on its own without us having to bother with anything.
But I think it should move right a little.
Faster?
It's moving up much faster than it's going right.
Yeah, well, that's kind of deliberate, but sure. There. Now it's double the speed to the right. If we make the movement up very slow, this could work. Bear in mind we're keeping a very, very simple art style, right?
Yeah.
So
what was that? Several flashing.
not
Grass?
sure. Probably the grass. So now it's moving to the right much faster. And up much slower. Yeah, we could also make it move by waves, really.
Let's test if we can fall under the walls.
Sure.
Nope.
Well, we've increased the size of the collider, so.
Good.
Yeah, we should add some kind of particle system around the player, but we'll worry about that later. Oof, what was that? Okay, so this is working just fine. And our game is moving fairly fast. Still not super happy with... So the loading is a little bit faster, but we got the problem that the the amount of meshes makes it think too much. Even though I'm partially surprised that some of the batching isn't really working correctly, or it's not happening. Static batching save. So this one, this one's not an idea, because this one will be a problem where you got bombs. In fact, I think we need to address this immediately. It's not gonna work with the world, because it's batching the spawn points and the treasure chests and all of these things. These are all animated. That's not good, right? We need to batch certain things. We can't batch
grass,
everything.
wall, spawn point, dirt,
Exactly.
sea.
Exactly. So let's take a look at the world real quick. So we got list, map, colors, list, tile, map, templates, containers. These. We can go and batch these. So type 4, tab. And here you go, containers. And map containers. That's the one, dot length. And now cut this, put it here, and copy this, paste it here.
Oops.
Dot game object. So save. Now we get separate static batches just for that. And this is gonna make it take a little longer. I don't know how much longer, but whoa, the batches have gone up. Excuse me? Huh? That is the
But
weirdest.
we've gotten stuff saved by batching.
Okay, for some reason, by the way, did we not put this as a selection base? Then why in the bloody world is it not picking it? It doesn't look like it's worked at all. That is weird. So when you select static batching on yourself, it's happy, but it didn't work. What? Okay, copy all of this, just for experimentation's sake. Copy it, paste it here. Now comment all this out. There should be a way. Edit, comment. Is there a comment? I don't remember how. There's a way to comment. I'm just gonna do it manually. Okay, and here simply say game object, save. That was officially weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now you got 52 batches. What? What? Excuse me? I'm very confused. But we can do a certain little trick, and I think we will. So here's what we're gonna do. Create empty. Call this one tiles. Capital T, tiles. And then duplicate it. Call this one entities. So these are entities, and these this is an entity too, and these are tiles. Now let's see if the world figures out those containers on its own. It does not. You need to assign them. Okay, so they should be safe. And here you're gonna say transform dot find open round quote tiles dot game object. Yeah, save. So now we're gonna batch the child, which weirds me out. I haven't marked it as static, which I wonder if may be a problem. Change it or whatever. Okay, so I mark them all as static. Let's see if this is gonna work. 4,000 bat. What? I'm officially confused by this. How is it possible that it's actually worse? And it's interesting because it now says saved by batching a bazillion. I wonder if it's still my selection here. Yes, okay. Okay, it was the selection. Okay, now it makes sense. It was the selection having the game object actually selected, it displayed all of those gizmos, and I think that was all
And
of the
that's
batches.
why, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's pretty good though. We're saving an enormous amount of draw calls. This would now work on a mobile phone.
Wow.
Right. So,
Would it work on an old computer?
yes, probably. So, graphically speaking, at least, we are doing pretty good now. Okay, so, well, and let's see again, traversing.
That took longer.
Obviously, because you're batching these things, right? So you're building them, and then you're telling them, hey, it's actually one mesh only. You'll see that if I go here and I grab this and I move it, it refuses to do it. So the collider is now moved, but not the mesh.
Because they're batched.
That's right. The mesh is now one huge mesh. Oop. And now I should fall on one of these. Maybe it's the next one. Huh, I don't even know. So let's go grab this one and move that collider. There. And you fall straight through.
And now you're in the water.
Now you're in... No, I don't think so. There's no water underneath
You're
that.
in the air then.
You're in the nothingness of death and despair. Okay, well, I think that's sufficient for tonight. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.